Back with you on Hitting Hard with John Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. We're going to talk about three things that the Atlanta Falcons must improve on, not just for this season, but part of how they're going to grow and get this thing back on track. But first, I want to tell you about my friends over at Built Bar. This show is sponsored by them today. Look, everybody's been fighting their New Year's resolutions and all that good kind of stuff, right? Everybody wants to kind of get in shape. Spring is coming, right? Time to get that spring body up. Spring figure up and all that good kind of stuff. My friends over at Built Bar have all the products that you need out there. So I want you to try the marshmallow puffs. If you're looking for a fun snack, you need a sweet tooth craving, but you don't want the candy bar and all the sugar and all the good kind of stuff that comes along with it, the marshmallow puffs are the way to go. You got flavors like yummy cinnamony churro. You got coconut marshmallow, banana cream pie, all kinds of different flavors. They're all covered in 100% chocolate, and they are protein infused. So these are the first ever protein infused marshmallows that are out on the marketplace. Low calorie, high protein. You're looking at about 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and about 17 grams of protein for all of it. So if you're looking for that fun little snack to try to crave your sweet tooth, well, I understand. Listen, everybody's got one of those. Use the marshmallow puffs as a way to do that. Plus, I want you to check out their line of bars. If you go to built.com, built.com has got all of the lines of bars. They got mint brownie, coconut almond. This month, they got the white chocolate cookies and cream that's available to you. So all the different flavors are at built.com. Check out their line of bars today. And if you go to built.com and you use the promo code LOCKED15, listen to me, LOCKED15. Put that in the promo code. You get 15% off your order. So I'm being nice today, and I'm being Santa Chuckery. 15% off your order if you put LOCKED15 in the promo code. Go to built.com. Get 15% off with LOCKED15 today. All right, as we continue here on Hitting Hard with John Chuckery. So 3 things that the Atlanta Falcons must do as we are in this offseason. When I looked at these things, I don't care what the record is, how good you are, how bad you are, whatever like that, from a wins and losses standpoint. But there are 3 things that the Falcons, when I look at them statistically, must do better if you're going to start to get this thing back on track. Okay? So here we go. And we'll kind of go backward to the first, because the first one's going to be completely obvious out of all of it. The first thing is your rushing defense. And the fact that they gave up the 3rd most first downs running the football, teams running the football on them, they gave up 143 first downs via the run last year. That's the 3rd highest total in the NFL. Now, we understand why, right? There's not enough good guys on their defensive line. They don't have enough guys that push. And this is where you get into the discussions about with Grady Jarrett. If he's going to continually get double and triple teamed like he did very often, his ability to get in the backfield and be disruptive at all is just going to go away. You're not going to have a chance out of all of it. But if you can't keep teams, and it's our bugaboo, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but if you can't keep teams from lining up on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and they can just line up and they just push you forward, and you can't stop them, you're not going to win in the NFL. You know, you're not. How do teams protect the lead in the NFL? You run the football, you pick up first downs, you keep the defense on the field, and you run that 4-minute offense, right? And you don't let your quarterback get sacked. You know, the Falcons' defensive line is so devoid of personnel that one of the things that they have to find is if Grady is going to be here, and that's a big if at this point, right? We don't know if he's going to get traded. We know he's going to be here or not. But a big if is if he is here, you have got to find some help in the interior part of their defensive line as well. You have to have somebody that's a bigger body that complements Grady that can start to chew up some guys as well to where he can release and not so much get to the quarterback. You know, he's not a sack specialist, but can you get him in the backfield to disrupt running plays? And especially in 3rd down, 2nd down, short yardage types of situations. But if you give up the 3rd most first downs via the run defensively, you're going to have a lot of trouble in the NFL, and teams are going to be able to close out the game on you because you can't stop that. Now, the other part of that is on the other side of the football. The Falcons only picked up 75 first downs via the run last year. Let me repeat that. The Falcons only picked up 75 first downs via the run last year. That was truly the fewest in the NFL. So no team runs for a first down less than the Atlanta Falcons. Now, again, how do you close out games in the NFL? You have to, one of the big things is you have to be able to run the football effectively. You have to be able to run a 6-minute, a 4-minute offense where you can line up when it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, and push people forward. For so many years, we've watched this team get to where when it's 3rd and 2, it's shotgun, 5 wide, spread everybody out, huck it all over the field, bounce it off the turf, and all this good stuff, and we can't move the chains. And so no matter how this comes to be about what their offense looks like, this, that, and the other, they have got to get more efficient at running the football. They don't have to be a great running team, and I'm not expecting them to be a great running team, but they have to create a mentality with their offensive line and their running backs that on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, we can pick up that first down without shotgun, 5 wide, spread everybody out, empty backfield, huck it all around, right? That in the NFL, as the season moves on and guys are getting worn out and tired, as my buddy Hugh Douglas says, people start making business decisions. And if I can keep pushing and pushing and pushing against your defensive line, especially in short yardage situations, that's where they have to get better. And we've known this for a while, but they can't seem to figure out. But that's what happens when you have a bad offensive line and you have a running back that relies on his offensive line, and Mike Davis, where he doesn't even average, can't even get to 4 yards of carry out of all of it. So that has to improve. And then, of course, the number one thing is you can't be the worst team in the NFL in sacks. And this is what boggles my mind about reading people in their mock drafts. You're not going to win because you added a wide receiver and a safety and this, that, and the other. Can they help a good team win when you add those pieces? Absolutely. But when the foundation of your house is built on bales of hay and you start setting concrete blocks on top, it's not going to hold up. It's not going to hold up. And the idea of building from the top down doesn't make any sense. When people say build from the back to the front, it's not where games are won in the NFL. Games are won where the ball is put right here. How close to the football am I really good? And however you have to do that, if that's one guy that gets 15 sacks, if you have to spread it out amongst a bunch of guys that give you a handful of sacks, it doesn't really matter how you get to a sack total in the NFL. But you have to be disruptive. You can't continue to not sack the quarterback and ever truly fix your football team. And this is the part that amazes me about all this. Why is everybody so afraid to fix the Falcons? Why do I feel like so often I'm the only person that truly wants to fix the Falcons? Not band-aid it, not put little sprinkles on it, not put little stars, not stick a candle in it. I want to fix what is hurting us. And that's first and foremost where they have to get better. You have to sell your soul to figure out if you can't draft well or you can't do this, you better figure out a way to either scheme or get to quarterbacks in the league, or you're going to be in a massive amount of trouble. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk about day one at the Masters. A lot of activity. Tiger Woo had a great round. And listen, pink shirt and all, man, he looked good doing all of it. It's Hitting Hard with John Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta.